Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we really came at the right time. I was trying to get on a little bit earlier, but OwO actually was successful in taking the TA Southern Level 3 pass, and now they have started pushing out. Ended up dropping, I believe their Hydra, or the Hydra that was there ended up pushing out with them. And you can now see they're pushing out into TA territory. And finally, there is really a break in the kind of stalemate that it has been with TA defending both of these level 3 passes. The one here, the southern one that they were able to take, this is after they took it from TS, or after TA just recapped it while TS was holding. And we're going to scroll up here to the next pass. Hopefully I didn't go, here we go, awesome. So you can see up here that Fish from OwO, so they were kind of running two rallies, right? They ran one on the North Pass and one on the South Pass. Now, they probably could have done this a little quicker if they had 2 or 3 double, triple rallies going on from the other players as well. But in short, right, they're applying pressure up here, and then they ended up doing the southern attack. So I actually thought, really for the most part, you can make the argument it was pretty much well played because they were able to apply pressure on both passes. However, the thing as well, and we're going to probably touch on this in a separate video, for some of the bugs that were happening and that I think factored a little bit into this. I don't know how much really, and we could argue if any at all, just because there has been some talk as far as having, when you're looking at kind of the T and the TS side, right, the ability to kind of replenish troops. However, if it was a single rally, then I don't think that was really going to play that much of a difference, right, in that regard. So TS ends up dropping their Dire Bear. In this case, right, when the Behemoth gets dropped down, the biggest thing to remember is that you just want to spread out, right? Remember, they have the pass. They do not need to play this hard, right? The thing about this is that when you're dropping a Dire Bear or a Behemoth, when you're thinking about pushing out, right, in this situation with OwO and everyone, right, they probably should just funnel through this pass. I don't really think there's necessarily a reason to have as much pressure. Maybe north, maybe you go pound for pound in that regard. But OwO, PK02, GRZ, right, probably should just be pushing as far as maybe the bulk of their forces. Or maybe you could argue 60 to 70% of their forces should be pushing out through south, and then that way, and then just spreading out, right? Don't worry too much about kind of bulking up, because the idea is that you want to give the Dire Bear less targets, and then you want to try and aggro pull the Dire Bear, right? So you saw I think one of the players over here who might have done that on the TS Dire Bear, and that probably would have been a little bit more ideal in that regard if you want to commit. However, if you don't want to commit and you just want to make them use all their Behemoths, then, right, you push out. What you could do is you push out and then you go ahead and just immediately retreat. And then you can go ahead and just let the Dire Bear timer run out, go back out, let them pop another one, do the same thing, right? Rinse, wash, and repeat. Again, it just depends. The thing is, if you're far enough pushed out, from my understanding, the Dire Bear I don't think is going to go all the way over here, possibly. I believe it should be kind of its default region should be around the flag or stronghold that you're summoning it towards. So obviously we'd have to test that to see, and I'm sure others who've been fighting and have been in those battles a lot longer, just more consistently than myself, would probably be able to comment there if they have ever seen that happen. Though this now, you're seeing Dire Bear in front of the gate, just hanging out. The thing is, just don't take unnecessary losses, right? You have somewhat of advantage after capturing the pass, and at this point, right, just make sure you fill it with a decent garrison just in case you get counter rallied. But the thing here is now you can kind of transition, right? You're doing the rally up top, and then you can go ahead and just kind of push out appropriately here because now you have a pass. So you're going to be able to do a little bit more. Let's go check in on this North Pass though. See how this one's going. Yeah, this is the hard one here, right, which is, so he's running Hosk, Lilia here, probably going Mage just as counter to the infantry defense for Garwood. Again, not doing, I mean, this is the thing, they're still taking losses, bear that in mind, right? You're still taking losses, even if you don't win the pass rally. You could also make the argument that at the current state, which is kind of in that post-bug situation where now these players have, however many of them probably have negative resources, you can also look at it from a situation of maybe they're not able to replenish or heal as much. So if you just keep doing back-to-back-to-back rallies, that could be something that may play into OwO, PK02's, and GRZ's favor in that regard. But like I said, this is one of those things where you'd want to put your best rally forward and then just keep hitting it back to back, right? If you wanted to keep applying pressure to this northern pass. Again, you can see there's a decent amount of TA here. The thing really to keep in mind is if this was me, I would send everyone outside of just a few top players and just go south, right? And I would just start piling through that, because this is what you have to keep in mind is that unless keep it pound for pound. If they have, 12, 15 legions, match them 12, 15 legions. But beyond that, right, unless they decide to push out. And remember, you can replenish because you're here. So even if you overload a little bit going south, you'll still have extra, you may not have all 5 of your legions out, so to speak, right? Or maybe what you do is you let OwO go and then you have PK02 defend, right? After the rally hits, or maybe you have a consistent rally going. You let PK02 defend, then everyone from OwO goes south. I mean, again, you can play it a couple different ways if you're mainly focusing on just kind of the 2-pass siege. So, right, and here's something, right? So you have, and let me be clear, like you have a good amount, right? They're kind of doing that already. You have OwO down here, right, with them running the double pass rally. And then GRZ is here. I don't know if there's anyone from PK02. I don't see yet. But with that in mind, right, they should be trying to, I would send a little bit more here. And if the Dire Bears are, like, this is my thing. If the Dire Bears are already done, then, right, you should, like, be planning these things out ahead of time where, hey, okay, we've gone ahead. We've taken the pass. This is our plan. We're going to bait the Behemoths. We're going to retreat, or we're going to push out. We're going to spread out. We're going to focus as many marches down as we can, kind of single target firing in groups, whatever it may be. And then you push out, and then you're by spreading out, right, you're going to take less overall losses. And then you could also summon your own Behemoth, right, on the attacking. So you have options that you can do. It's just don't pile yourselves up, right? Don't herd yourselves or kind of nest yourselves when you're going out, right? Because that's one of the things. This is why it's so different compared to when you look at someone like Rock. You can't really murder ball for the most part. I mean, you could if there was no Behemoths there, right? And you're just not taking a plethora of AoE damage, or if you're not generating a lot of skill usage. Because like, you have to kind of look at it now. The kind of skill-ranged poke game isn't really there right now, right, since the update, because now you actually have to be in a fight to generate rage. However, so you can make the argument to a degree, running ranged might be a little bit more ideal, right? You can say using heroes or legion marches that specifically have, and like another way actually you could approach it is you could say, you could act, and this is something interesting. I don't know how viable this might be, but you can run tank marches just to get artifact skill use generation, right? So for example, if you think about it, you might put your best skills on your tankiest marches. Why? Because if your artifact rage generation or your artifact rage is being generated based on you attacking or you being attacked, then argument could be made that you have a higher chance of getting the most amount of artifact uses out of either of those, or if you go with like a mage unit and you're just running the range game all day, right? Then you can do that too. The challenge really, in my opinion, is that with the way that the current PvP mechanics are, is that when you're attacking someone, the legion that you're attacking is automatically defending and attacking you. In my opinion, it should not be that way. The way it should be is you have to actually go and click and target. If you're getting attacked, you should just sit there and take that attack, right? The player has to be online and has to select the unit to go and attack. That would actually be real war, right? If you think about it, right? Which if someone's not paying attention and you're getting hit, well, either that person's gonna run away or they're gonna defend themselves, right, at that point. But if you're getting attacked, at least in these games, you really need to be able to be online and then attacking them, right? I think that the system handicaps it too much, where if you get attacked, you automatically defend the attack, right? Now, I do believe there are some situations you can still take advantage of, but that's my big thing, is that I just really think that's the way that it should be. You should be online. You should not have this deep, big handicap that essentially allows for you to still get some type of takeaway when you're not paying attention, right? Or if you're not online and you send a march out and you're just thinking to yourself, oh, well, they'll do a little bit of damage anyways. Because sometimes that's what some players will do. Personally, I'm just not a fan of that. Wish I had some water, but I don't. There is a lot of players, though, here. We can see OwO, GRZ. I don't think I've seen one from PK02, but they have a lot. I mean, excuse me, dear Lord. In this situation, man, why not? This is what you do, right? You get everyone in a voice call. Stop taking these one-on-one hits, right? Push everyone out. Attack. They can easily overrun this bridge and overrun what TATS has, right? The longer they wait, the more reinforcements they allow to be made. They have such a big numbers advantage here, too, as well. I mean, this really just needs to be hey, we're just going to YOLO Brick Squad 420 this. You know what I mean? That would be dope sauce. Yeah. Sometimes if you have a good numbers advantage, don't let that slip away. Right? And even here in this situation, right? TA, they're not pushing through. They barely have anyone here. Right? You could send half of who you have here and go south. Right? Maybe you factor, so interesting, maybe they will push through a little bit here. We'll see. Right? Or you play the range game, dude. Position everyone ranged. Oh, look, free kill here on Eldifer. Easy. But look, people aren't paying attention. Right? Ooh, he got ensnared. I like how he's getting attacked, but he didn't do anything. That was so weird. I wonder if that was because of the ensnare that we saw drop. But, dude, missed opportunity here. That should have been a free kill. But Minjay, Fish wasn't there. Booyah wasn't paying attention. Looks like one of Unicorn's marches, who El Hale wasn't. I mean, wow, man, just free kill. Free kill opportunity missed. Junie's up top north. I mean, these are real-time decisions that, you gotta really you gotta be locked in here, man. You really gotta be paying attention to what's happening. Did I go too far south? $10 says maybe I did. Let's go back up the river. I bet you I went too far south. I did. Oh, finally, man. Finally, here we go. Here we go, baby. Let's get it. So pushing out OwO, throwing out the Dire Bear, getting some of that skill usage. Nice. Here we go. We got a Shadow Games getting thrown out. Let's see. I'm sure we'll get some tears thrown out here shortly once some more players get some generation. Look at that. Easy push out. Keep going. Don't stop. Spread yourselves out. I like the single target fire that's happening here. Another Shadow Games being thrown out along with an ensnare. Nice. Getting the W there. Ooh, looks like an even trade though. GRZ and TA. TA throwing out a Hydra. This is the thing. Don't get locked in to just sitting on the bridge. Don't push out. Don't push back. Push out. Right? You push out and you spread. That's what you got to do. Right? Split off a little bit. Single target fire, one by one. Right? Remember, this is StarCraft, okay? This is not Rock. That's the biggest thing to remember. Same thing. Pushing out here. Don't get locked in. Don't retreat. Remember, you have numbers advantages. Focus one-on-one. Hit Kiddo. Bam. Then you hit the next one. Then you hit the next one. Right? This is how you should be playing. Right? Split out in groups so that way you can single target fire multiple players more often. You got an OwO Dire Bear here. Never mind. He just came back. So wow. So the coverage actually went a little far. Right? Don't worry about hitting Hydra. Right? Let one or two players aggro pull. Keep pushing out. Spread. Don't worry about killing it. That's where you're getting lost in. Right? This is the thing. You either have everyone focus the Behemoth, or you aggro pull the Behemoth long enough to where you can go ahead and just kill a bunch of troops. Right? That really should be the focus. And you can see here's a decent example. They kind of have this forward party, and they have this other defensive party. Everyone should have just pushed out. Take a little bit of damage, push out past the Hydra, and then you aggro pull it. right? Whoever, right, you split out, like you spread. Kind of like think of it when you're playing pool, right? And you have all the balls that are here and the pool stick hits and then all the balls spread out. That's what you essentially want to do. And then wherever the behemoth aggro pulls to, that's the person or one or two people or 1, 2 to 3 players that'll send one of their legions each and then try and keep pulling the Hydra to keep its attention, right? Ideally, that's what you should be doing. This is wild though, man. I mean, not a lot of people. Junie's not down here. I don't think Jazzy's down here either. And I just don't know what's happening. I mean, maybe it's just weaker marches. Essentially, is what it is. Possibly, would be my best guess. Who is this guy? RL1? Who are you, sir? Who are you, dear Dang? Yeah, I don't. Man, this is intense though. I mean, again, let me state this: is that with the bug, right, that did occur. There are some things to know, and like I said, I'll cover this in a separate video, but some things to consider is that even though players that were affected got some compensation, players that participated in utilizing / if you want to call it abusing, right, the bug, we're still able to invest. Remember, I see Jazzy now. There they are. Totally missed. Right, you can make the argument that they invested those resources that they got from utilizing those high percentage cooldown runes, and they invested those resources into materials, heroes that they already had, and in any other areas, and that you can't really, the only way to really do that is you'd have to do a rollback, right, where you say, okay, hey, we're going to reset your account to 24 hours ago before this all happened. Right, that would be the kind of ideal situation to run with, and I don't think that that's what they were able to do. They just kind of gave them negative resources, and then other areas I'm sure they probably took away. We don't know the extent of everything, but I would argue that unless they were that thorough, right, there are going to be some kind of leftover effects due to them investing the resources that they got from using the runes, and that's probably playing a factor into them having, higher level marches, which means they could invest in more talents. Maybe they were able to get some star material as well, some medals to maybe upgrade some skill levels. Right, as we said, deeper talent tree. Maybe they were able to invest more on their academy, right, for research to kind of do some more skill stats and level ups, more general speed ups. I mean, again, right? Maybe they were able to level up their barracks for better percentage damages. Maybe some people were able to get to T4. Again, there's other factors. However, this is my thing, right? My opinion is always going to be the same. And even in this situation, right? If you have enough, people should just be going out here, right? Single target JZY and the marches one by one, and then do Kikya, right? All these people that are overextending do that. Like, they're busy here fighting the bear. Get your artifact generation and then throw some AoE skills down on this. All right, the Dire Bearer is essentially doing their job. So, yeah, again, I'm not sure why we're not seeing more of a general push out here from at least hitting these. Because, I mean, this guy is doing his job and literally tanking. It's just there's no damage that's being done, right? And I think that's the thing as well when we're looking at how COD is being played right now. It's very much in its kind of infantile state for what PvP strategy is, kind of what the meta is right now, and that's the biggest thing I would probably advise is that really try and look at the game more like StarCraft, League of Legends, instead of looking at it in a more linear way where you're trying to kind of mimic what you would do in Rock. There are some similarities, but COD is really its own brand, if you will, and the level of how the way you PvP in COD is, in my opinion, so much more diverse, and there's so many more opportunities. It's 10 levels above, in my opinion, where Rock PvP mechanics are, just because of them having the artifact skills that you can use, which are, again, controlled skills that you get to decide. You have the ranged elements, you have the flying elements. There's just different things that you can do that just, again, right, you can make the argument, it's very simple features, but it just elevates the game to an entirely different level. And to me, that makes it more skillful, more tactful, more strategic, and more fun overall. And again, right, this is another thing to look at. You obviously want to kind of match them, you know, but also bear in mind, and this is good. I will say this: I do like if their strategy is just to do nothing but have consistent rallies. I like the fact that they're doing this. I like that Fish is doing that. Again, as long as they're leaving one Legion here, so they can have, like, let's say they had 45 people online. Well, you want to make sure that you have one free Legion for whoever cannot join the rally, right? You have your strongest people join the rally first, and then whoever needs to join to replenish, you go ahead and do that. So for me, I like that. If that's what the plan is, and it could be, I think so, because you got Hafiz and Servant Ling Ling. Let's see if this bar goes up and they're able to. Okay, so they just joined the rally. So yeah, so again, I like this. I like the strategy because at least there is some thought behind it, and the fact that if their plan is just, hey, we're just going to keep rallying nonstop all day every day, then dope, right? And see if they can get anything from it. Let's see if we can go back here to the south and see what's going on. Did we get another push out? Bunch more TA, a bunch more TA. So, yeah, man, you still got a lot of people here. And this isn't bad in this situation, right? You have a numbers advantage here against them on the bridge right now. Oh, look, we saw a tier of Arbin going down. Right, you have a little bit more. This is the thing, though, is that if you're going to push out, you need more people that are going to push out, right? It can't just be a set group. Look at all these people you have here. Everyone should be pushing out and fighting, and then you guys should have some semblance of organization. Like, hey, we're going to throw skills down here on this AoE group, right? Make sure you're in voice. This is one of those games that, in my opinion, is going to punish alliances and kingdoms who do not have the majority of their players in a voice call when they are online. And that, to me, is one of the most amazing things. Another yet amazing thing that I love about CoD is that, yeah, you could argue in Rock and in State of Survival or in Mobile, Infinity Kingdom, right? There's benefit regardless to being in voice. But because of the level of strategic, of additional tactical and strategic depth that is added on, again, as I said, with the ability of range, the ability of artifact skill usage, it's so much more impactful and meaningful that it requires a dedicated level of coordination. And you're just not going to get that if you're not in voice. Right? And like I said, I don't know how many of them are not. I'm just speaking generally. So, yeah, with that in mind, right, they have some people, we go tier of Arbin coming out for the heals. The thing, though, about tiers, you've got to at least wait 8 seconds to get the full heal off before you move, right? So that's just something to keep in mind. And again, remember, like, look at all this damage they're taking just from AoE, right? TA is bunched, you're not. Remember, when you're on a bridge, you're essentially on a choke point. So you want to make sure that you're moving out. You guys are just taking such a beating. You're taking so much more unnecessary damage than you have to. And again, part of that is on them, right? That's on GRZ, PK02, OwO, right? You have to be coordinated. You either do a full push out and then you fight. Because remember, even if you're doing a push out, you're still going to be attacking them just from them attacking you, right? You're gonna either give counterattack damage or you'll be defending to a degree. What's wrong?
She pushed me down the stairs and then she hurt her foot.
Okay. You need to go upstairs and change, and then your foot's okay. Good job. Okay, go.
Brush her teeth.
Okay, go.
But I found this hurt her tongue.
Okay. Okay, got it. Go change. I want you to go brush your teeth. Okay, go.
That's a word.
I'll do it in a little bit. Go.
Can I put this in the trash?
I'll do it in a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Good talk, girls. Okay, go do your jobs. Okay. With that in mind, where am I at? 23, 24 minutes? Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is awesome, man. Like I said, I could watch this stuff all day. Let's see here. Yes, see now they're bunching. Here's opportunity for kind of counter AoE. I mean, I will say this: TA did a really good job in skill timing out their AoEs there for that previous bridge fight. I mean, again, you have to kind of give credit where it's due. It was well done. You know, and same thing here, right? Like if you're throwing out some of these more AoE skills, right, that they're throwing, right, they're just getting so much additional damage because of that, right? You're seeing 3, 4, 5 people getting hit at the same time, right? And they're constantly replenishing. This is the thing, right? Make the fight easier for you, right? And the shadow guns is okay. This looks like it only hit one person, though. Right, and it's not as though TA has an overwhelming amount of people here. mean, they're definitely replenishing. David. You got the TA Hydras here. Bridge. Oh, dude, I like this, man. I like this. These GRZ guys, man. Who's this? Aegis. Wow, you're so good. Got Kawhi. Okay, nice. He just took an L there. See, this is smart. I like how you just have like these teams that are just kind of running around and just like keeping people at bay, so to speak. You know, I'm sure there was more at one point, but just kind of going to show you. I wonder why I'm not getting any voice here. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go with these settings. I just don't know why I'm not getting anything. Here we go. Cool. Yeah, hopefully it's not too loud. I'm gonna put this a little bit lower here at 10. Yeah, I don't have any music going. I wish I did. Let's see here. I wonder if I just need to put that louder. Yeah. Maybe it's playing, maybe it's not. We'll leave it like that. Looks like it could be just a smidgen. So we're at 26 minutes. Let's see what's going on right now. No, it finally went out. Darn. Okay, here, let's load real quick. I might have to switch this up. These kids. Don't trust. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Issue announcements. Nice. Let's see. Did they put another? Oh, let's see here. So we got another new announcement. Mana Stone buff issue, effect issue. Sorry, okay. Yeah. Well, I'll probably have to do something separate for that. Let's see if we can get back into the fight real quick, just to look a little bit more, and we'll probably keep this to about 30 or less. I don't want to go too much longer. So I just want to see if we can look a little bit more here, though. So there's one. I'm tripping. I'm like, what is happening here? Here we go. Nice. We are back in. We're back in like Flynn. Yeah, so see, yeah, now they're pushing out. They're kind of readjusting a little bit more that we can see. So, you know, I think, like I said, not to say a missed opportunity. I think that if they keep up the pace, I'm sure it could still arguably be okay. But, yeah, we'll see. Again, I mean, obviously it's important to kind of stay here north because you don't want these guys to come in. So, you know, you're really kind of matching them. Now, if you decide that you want to give up on, for example, go like in this situation, right? If you're going to leave troops up here, you have to be attentive, right? And you're basically waiting for those opportunities to kind of go one by one. In this situation, everyone really should be ganging up on Reaper. Don't just let them get hit, right? These are just important things, right? This isn't one of those types of games where you can really, and you can even see here, right? Like look at the AoE damage that was done on the other units, right? From artifacts that just aren't taking, right? They're not fighting back, right? Just kind of goes to show you on that. Right? But you can see here, right, with this unit taking, and I wonder if it's just general AoE damage from the skills that are being done. If that's the case, I mean, that's actually not bad, because you can look at the unit back here that just it wasn't taking any damage, or sorry, wasn't fighting back, defending. So interesting to see, right? This is just why it's really important to kind of always be paying attention, right? You don't kind of want to take your eye off the ball, so to speak. It's really intense out there right now. Let's go see what's going on. have to. I think it's part of it is that it's me doing the messaging. I think that's sometimes what overloads. Where are we at? All right, cool. We just hit 30 minutes. Let's see if there's any other fighting going on down here. See if we can get a little bit more. If not, we'll go ahead and cut it off. Oh, here we go. Nice, another bridge fight. Dude, sweet. Oh man, there we go. We got what? Shadow Games popped off. Look, a second one. We got tears going. Oh man, that looks like a time bomb that might have went off before, unless that's just the AoE. You can see that Walder there was hitting. This is the thing, man. Dude, pop your AoEs, man. You know, those are gonna. Oh, there you go. See, I think that's a time bomb right there. That just went off, or it shouldn't here in about 10 seconds. That should explode right when the thing goes. Bam! It did. Taking some damage there. Right. This is kind of 50-50. I mean, it's really in these situations, it really just comes out to how many people have AoE artifact skills that they're running, and are right. So if you have more than the other side does, you know, if you just throw every. I mean, wow, dude, that Shadow Games did a lot of damage right there. Yeah, I mean, this is just an intense back and forth. But yeah, sometimes that's what it comes down to, man. You just have to have a lot more AoE skill usage, just because there's more situations where you're going to be doing that, in my opinion. OWO throwing out the Behemoth. Where is the Behemoth, though? Oh, nice. Dude, Thunderrock's coming. I would have thrown that out in the very beginning of the fight, to be honest. Right? I mean, obviously, if they're going to get good replenishment, cool. This is the thing. You got so many people here, man. Push. Right? There you go. Thunderrock's out. I would push now. Right? That's exactly what I would send everyone through. I'd push out. Or you let the Thunderrock do its thing, and then you pick them off one by one. Right? So, you know, you focus JZY, then you go and focus Moment, then you do Kawaii, and you just do it one by one. Right? And then you push out. Right? Again, especially if they're spreading now. Because they're not going to be able to basically hit you at the choke point on the bridge. So you have more strategic options when you're using this to kind of branch out. Then now in this situation where they're pushing out even more, again, you just pick them off one by one. Again, great opportunities that are being created, just have to take advantage of. Man, with that in mind, I wish I could record a little bit more here. I don't want this to be too long, but man, dude, awesome, just constant PvP throughout this entire video. Really cool to kind of see choices that are being made from both sides and opportunities as well. I love watching, man. I wish I could watch this for so much longer. Probably stream. That's something I have to maybe look into. I also have to think about how I'm going to do this. I wonder if I should just move the camera maybe here, because I don't think it matters too much when I think about it. All right, because even if I pop this out, yeah, I guess it would just really be more so there. Even if I did mailbox, yeah, I still think it's okay. Maybe if I did that, arguably, just in case if anyone wanted to see what I clicked on, that could be the new thing. Maybe. Oops, what's going on? There we go. I'm like messing up all my stuff now. Oh, my screen, cool. Yeah. Maybe I could do that. I'll leave it like this for now, maybe. And maybe this is the new one. Let me know what you guys think. And then if we ever need to do anything for the pop out, I can just move the cam. So, and then go here. At least this way you guys can see a little bit more of the screen, so to speak. And then that way if I ever pop chat out, you don't have to worry because that's on the left side. And top right is probably needed-ish. So, yeah, dude, Thunderrock's putting in work right now. Dude, this is my thing. They're just still sitting on the bridge, though, man. Like I said, push out, target them one by one, don't bunch up. Right? That's the big one for me. All right. That's it. We're going to go ahead and end it now, man. I hope you guys enjoyed these almost 35 minutes of just pretty much constant PvP, which has just been so awesome to watch. I'll try and get as much footage as I can. But like I said, I think for the most part, right, still kind of a stalemate. I just think that OwO, PK02, GRZ, I still feel like they have, you know, an advantage. And it's just about maximizing and utilizing that advantage to the best of your ability. Okay, but again, we'll be back for more. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot more PvP to come. That's it for me. Again, as always, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Until next time, I'll catch you later.